Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Canberra, Sydney. I've got this Macan GTS we were working on. Showed a differ earlier on this morning. If you can see the brand new coolant hoses is all done. One there, one that goes from that bank there, goes to this bank is the brand new one, and that hose go underneath this part here. The housing, there's a big housing here underneath here. There's 4 bolts for that one, but that's got to come, everything has to come off because that hose goes underneath all that and goes to the back there. Be nice if they put it the other way, but yeah, that's just how it is on a Porsche Macan. Everything's back together. We've done a vacuum test of evacuation of the actual removing of the air from the actual cooling system, and then it was holding vacuum. It wasn't leaking, so it's a good thing. And then we used a special tool, the vacuum bleeding tool, to actually force the actual once you create vacuum, then you can actually open that valve up and force the coolant into the system, as to minimize having air in the system so you don't overheat when you start the car up and running it for a long time, just to remove air bubbles, air pockets and things like that. Alright, but what I found is, see this part here, that little part there, this is your temperature sensor, engine temperature sensor. Tells the computer how hot the engine bay is, which is the same thing on the 996, 997, 986. They all have the same thing. It's on the Macan. That was just not, that was plugged in, but was sitting down here, was flopping around down here. So I had to put it back up here and plug it back in. I can tell someone's been here working on the cam cover gasket reseal, because they didn't put that one back together. What I found, I've got to fix tomorrow. See that bolt there? That bolt there holds the fuel rail for bank 1 to the pump, to the DFI pump here, this one here. So if you look closely, it's not even on properly. I'm talking about that bolt there. So tomorrow I'm going to take that bolt out and have a look what's happening, because it looks like they stripped it and they just left it. So you see the gap there, there's a massive gap there. I think I've got to, it's already tight, but we can't go tighter. If you look closer, I'm trying to get the actual camera so you can actually see it. It's really hard to actually zoom in at the same time. But that bolt there is not even down. There's a massive gap between the bolt and the bracket, so the bracket's loose. So that's a very important bolt, because it holds the fuel rail in place. If you don't hold the fuel rail in place like this one here, what happens is the fuel rail will start vibrating. Over time, that will start, the pipe will actually come off, start bending, or the bolt can come off, or things can go wrong, and then fuel leaks. Fuel comes straight out to the actual engine bay and the car will be on fire. So when I see that, I've got to sort out that properly. That's very important before we do anything else. But tomorrow we're going to put the intake manifold back on, and then start the car up, and then we can probably do the service on Monday, and then customer can pick up the car in the afternoon. But at the moment, looking good. Hopefully I can actually do another video later on and the job is successfully done. Alright, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.